Hey there, Kraufin here. So I just wanted to touch base on some of the horror stuff that I have been watching and or been watching or going to watch, planning on watching. The first one would be the new Creepshow series on Shudder. I've been there's only 2 episodes so far. It's pretty fun. It's kind of like there's some segments that are less good. The 2 episodes that we have, each one covers two different stories each. It's being done by Greg Nicotero, who worked on The Walking Dead. The first series I have, well, not for series, rather, the first episode covers a Stephen King story called Gray Matter, which sort of follows. Well, even I can't really say much about it because the moment I say what it's about, it kind of spoils it. That segment, the first one, Gray Matter, to be honest, was just okay. I liked it, but I'm a fan of sort of campy horror stuff in the style of Creepshow. The other one that the second part, which is really great, which is called House of the Head. House of the Head is almost not even a horror film if you really think about it. It's not really spoiling anything, but basically, like, if I explain to you a little bit, basically, there's a little girl. She has a dollhouse. And there's a bunch of characters in the dollhouse, and for some reason, at some point, a weird zombified looking head appears, like a toy zombified head appears in the house. It sounds ridiculous. It doesn't sound scary at all. It's basically, but it has a lot of tension. It was well made. I was invested in the characters, even the toys. I was somewhat invested in. So I would highly suggest about checking it out. The second one, again, it sort of seems to follow the sort of like one of the segments is less strong than the other. We had Bad Wolf Down, kind of reminded me of Dog Soldiers, but in Nazi Germany, basically. There's werewolves, there's soldiers. It's really all you need to know. The Finger was really cool. I'm not going to explain too much, but that was a really, really cool segment. That one was actually directed directly by Greg Nicotero, and it was that one was really cool. It's about some weird guy, and he finds a finger, and the finger does some stuff. And I'm not going to explain much else from that because it'll sort of spoil it. But it was really cool. I liked a lot of the practical effects that were kind of used. It was a fun part of that episode. Just gonna very quickly put myself over here. I'm gonna have a look at some of the other episodes that are coming up. So there's one called Night of the Paw, written by John Esposito. It doesn't seem to be based off anything particular. And Skin Crawlers. Just a really quick synopsis that they have here on Wikipedia. Is a lonely so Night of the Paw is about a lonely mortician that finds company in the ultimate be careful what you wish for story. And then Skin Crawlers is about a man who considers a miraculous new treatment for weight loss that turns out to have unexpected complications. This episode is going to be coming out in 2 days. It's on October 10th. Then there's episode 4, which one is called Times is Tough in Muskie Holler. And then All Hallows Eve. Times is Tough in Muskie Holler is apparently a story based off of a John Skip. I'm not familiar with the name, honestly. And then Times is Tough in Muskie Holler is about leaders who once control a town through fear and intimidation get a taste of their own medicine. And then All Hallows Eve is even though they're a little too old, a group of friends still want to trick or treat, but get candy isn't all what they're looking for. That sounds very Creepshowish. That second part. Then we have the fifth. That episode's coming on October 17th. The fifth episode is the first segment is called Lydia Lane's Better Half. Story based off of story done by John Harrison and Greg Nicotero. And then By the Silver Water of Lake Champlain, which is apparently based on a Joe Hill story, which that could be interesting. So Lydia Lane's Better Half is a powerful woman denies a promotion to her protege, and the lover but fails to anticipate the fallout. And then By the Silver Water of Lake Champlain, her dad died looking at a monster living at the bottom of Lake Champlain. Now will she? That episode's coming out October 24th. And then there's episode 6, which is a story by Joe R. Lansdale, which I I absolutely love Joe R. Lansdale as an author. I bought a couple of his short story books, and they're very fun. It's not really necessarily a horror. He's just, I don't know what you would call as weird fiction. Um, so his episode is called The Companion, which is about a young boy bullied by his older brother, sneaks into an abandoned farm that is protected by a supernatural force. The second segment is called The Man in the Suitcase, which is about a college student bringing the wrong bag home from airport only to find a pretzeled man trapped inside, afflicted by a strange condition that turns his pain into gold. Sounds a lot like Midas Touch kind of thing. So those are the 6 episodes that I know of. That last episode's coming out on Halloween. I'm probably gonna actually watch it on Halloween. If you don't have Shudder, I would actually suggest getting it. It's there's a few interesting series on there. There's one I'm watching right now, which is a series from France, which is called Within the Walls, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually one of the first series they ended up getting on Shudder. I never really watched any of their TV shows. It reminds me a lot of Silent Hill. It's about this woman, and there's like she lives across from this old house, and for some reason she doesn't know anybody there, and they find a corpse of this old man in this house. And she's given, like, for some reason, she's written in the will of getting the house. And she's like, I don't know this person, but she's living in an apartment. There's obviously some sort of weird thing going on with her, and so she takes the house, and then for some reason she hears these knockings in the wall, and she breaks through the wall, and then and finds all this weird labyrinthine house and can't get back out basically. And there's these weird creatures. Very first episode how it has like this woman or man, I don't remember what, that comes out with like a sort of pig's head, and that's that was it's really interesting. It reminds me a lot of Silent Hill. There's also like ghosts of their past walking around. It's really cool. I'm planning on watching the whole thing. I'm only on episode 2, and it's interesting. I would definitely suggest watching it. Of course, there's tons of great movies on there. Revenge. There's Demons 1 and 2. I can think of there's tons. I don't have any of it in front of me on my computer right now, but there's tons of like interesting shows, movies. I've seen a lot of people complain about the selection, just online, of Shudder. And I mean, yeah, there's sure if you've seen, even if you've seen tons of horror films, there's so many indie movies on there that I don't see unless you watch a movie per day and you're just probably downloading them. I don't see how you can say there's not a selection, because there's tons of movies on there. Apart from that, I learned recently that Rabid, which is a David Cronenberg movie, is being remade by the Soska sisters. The Soska sisters made a movie that I really liked called American Mary. And Rabid is a really interesting choice of a movie to be remade. Basically, Rabid is about a sort of I don't know what you would call it. Like it's like, okay, it's kind of like a zombie thing. Basically, this woman, and she ends up getting like in some sort of accident. They do some sort of surgery on her, and it turns out that surgery alters her in some weird way, and she starts like attacking people, and she doesn't remember any of it. And it's fun. In the original, there's a lot. It's actually shot in Montreal, and there's a lot of interesting. Like shots, like there's a shot of the Montreal Metro from like the 70s in the original movie. I'm curious to see how this remake plays out. For some reason it's starring CM Punk. I know that they work a lot with wrestlers because they had Lionsgate, and these directors had some sort of like deal with the WWE or something. So I'm guessing that's what that is. But yeah, it's I'm gonna check that out the moment I can. Apart from that, I haven't been watching much else. I've been kind of busy with work and then making other videos, and mostly busy with work. I watched Avengers Endgame a second time. It doesn't get better watching the second time, but it's worth it just for Fat Thor, to be honest with you. And it's pretty decent. I watched it with my girlfriend's parents. They hadn't seen it yet. It was for her mother's birthday, and she wanted to see it. I'm planning on watching The Dead Don't Die. I've heard bad things about it, I'm not gonna lie. But it has Iggy Pop in it. And it has a really stellar looking cast. It's a zombie comedy. And I'm a big fan of Iggy Pop's music. It also, if I remember correctly, it also has Tom Waits in it. So yeah, I'm planning on checking that out probably this weekend. Apart from that, I don't have much else to go on for horror films or horror or anything. I was planning on making a list. I don't plan on editing these videos. These are more vlog style videos. I know somebody has suggested I should put trailers in. For now, I'm just gonna make these sort of vlog style videos. Excuse my messy hair. I've been laying in bed half asleep working on videos. So yeah, thanks for checking this out. I'm going to post this very shortly. Feel free to subscribe if you want more updates on my videos, horror films, video games, whatever I do. I also have another video coming up for, I don't know how the quality is going to be, but it's a zombie game called Death Road to Canada. Watch out for that. It is an hour-long video, so it stars with my friends actually, because you can make your own characters. So it stars with my friends like Jorgen, who's a friend that I've met through internet groups. A couple of other people I met, and then a couple of my best friends, Kyle and Henry. So yeah, that's I mean, obviously they're not in the videos; they are just characters that I've created. I also added Badwick Productions into the game, but he never showed up, unfortunately. If people like it, I might make more. I don't know. It's the thing is that it takes a lot of time if you actually get good at it, because you can last, like my video lasts 59 minutes long because my character survived that long. Anyways, I'm gonna end this here. I don't have much else to say about horror films. I'm planning on maybe making another one of these vlog style videos for like movies I really like, because somebody over on Reddit requested it. Even though now I'm not so much a horror movie channel, but it's Halloween season. I'm gonna still make it. I wanted to do some edited thing, but it's really not working out, so I'm just gonna do a sort of vlog. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.